available, which is a Kai, and now Smooth. Does he get access to Paquito here?
But they need a marksman.
Right?
They need a gold lane here.
Yeah, that's
okay,
right,
okay.
the gold laner.
Roger.
They've got the Roger. All right. I don't know. Like, do they have enough heal for this Roger? I feel like compared to the previous game, like Eve does have a very, very slow heal, but with the Vexana instant burst, I think this is a better draft compared to game 1 for King Empire.
Well, let's see. Let's see whether Detto can actually hold up in his lane against the Valentina. We've seen this matchup a couple of times, and usually the Valentina hyper aggressive in that lane.
Yeah, but I think Vexana definitely holds a much better candle in this matchup as compared to previously. Eve versus Louis is just not a fun time. Homeboy is going to be looking to finish off their draft here for the EXP laner. You brought up the Paquito earlier. I think it's still a possibility, but looks like it is going to be that CC. All right. Trex, last thoughts before we jump into the game. Whose draft do you like more?
Well, just like last game, if Sasa doesn't incredibly snowball here, he is not going to have a way in. He's not going to be able to get past Carmilla, Fredrin, or the Terrify from that Valentina. So that, I think, is their huge win condition here. Personally, I like Homeboy's draft.
All right. Great insights once again. Thank you, Trex. We'll talk to you once this game is over, and we'll see whether Homeboys cement their lead or will King Empire bring it to a tie game. The playoffs has been interesting so far, so let's continue for a very entertaining visit to the Land of Dawn.
Well, the battle for who's the better Kage continues as they fight for their lives and continue their journey of potentially holding the trophy of MPL MY. Game 2 right now to decide how they are going to be able to progress further in their journeys. This is going to be Homeboys versus King Empire.
This is just game number 2 here. Currently, Homeboys holding the first point in this best of 5 series. Let's see how the junglers are going to start. And it looks like Mirror on the same side, Mirror's sides, in a matter of fact. Orange going to be taken by both of these junglers, and they're going to end up on opposite sides of the map, which kind of goes to show that at the very least, for Sutsujin, he's going to end up on gold, and GB, he's going to end up by EXP.
Question is which side is going to be a little bit more valuable at this stage.
Wait, what?
What's up?
Detto is on level 2 here. Did Vitter not buy the roaming boots just so that they both can get an EXP lead here?
Yeah, you're right. That's quite strange. Not too sure if we can ask for the items to be brought up right now, but do you think that would be a good strategy?
The thing is, the question is why, right? Why do you want to slow Detto down just to get Vitter a little bit more XP? Because even now, we see that Vitter hits level 2, but Zorn is 2 at pretty much the exact same timing.
Yeah, and seeing how I think it's more like Udil was able to hit like massive spells. Like the more he gets damage, he is gonna be able to get more XP as long as he hits damage, right? Yes, there is like a cooldown interval, but I think I'm on the same track with you as well. Like I don't think it's enough to a point that you get a level lead right from the get-go.
I think at least for Detto, he ended up missing a minion there. So Sutsujin's able to cover for now. This shouldn't be a kill. He's got Flicker.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to disengage from this here. So again, I think this is a repeat from game like how game 1 is for King Empire. They've lost Detto's lane a little bit here. This time they have Vitter providing a little bit of assistance, but it seems like it's not enough. Just Homeboy's just winning the mid lane matchup a little bit better. However, Vitter now taking a little bit too much damage, forces the Flicker out, narrowly dying there, but Homeboy's good start for him. Turtle contest comes in, but they have to stall this for King Empire.
That was very close. Vitter surviving there is quite important overall. We're actually getting a bit of a lane swap here to make sure everyone's gonna hit level 4 for this turtle fight, but Homeboys just trying to blitz it before that can happen.
Yep, stolen in Turtle God, Black Dragon as well. Turtle gets resetted, but they can't seem to collapse. They're a little bit too low here. Serpent almost dying, but the 3-man Petrify from Smooth will catch them, and now the Eternal God drops in. They clean house with one fell swoop. King Empire was able to collapse onto Homeboys. They strike back.
Huge engage coming in from Smooth, right? He could have jumped in way earlier, but he noticed that Detto wasn't level 4 just yet. So he patiently waits until Detto is just about to hit level 4 before he starts his engagement, just to make sure he catches Homeboys with their pants down.
Yeah, that's great. That's exactly what we're talking about. Play around Detto, support him, use him, and that is what we saw. We're definitely getting to see now why the Yuzong is typically the second prio ban for Smooth. Udil nearly dying here, but but it's fine. King Empire Esports looking way better this game.
This is just too much coming from King Empire, but who'd have thought with that play, HOMEBOIS was having the slight edge, and this seems like a little bit of repeat here, but now shortcut. Already expended. Zorn needs to make a run for it as well. He's looking for a defensive Curse Blood. It is going to get him out, but Chibi is getting zoned out with the heavy spin as well. Vitor also going to be losing his life, and no, he doesn't. Vitor, 1 HP, he survives. What? He actually escapes. Thank God Chibi instead.
Ooh, that's huge for King Empire. Vitor surviving that wasn't even necessary, but the fact that he did gives them so much more from that engagement.
Oh, I'm more surprised that Deto didn't land the Eternal Guard onto Zorn at almost at point blank. I guess he thought he was going to sidestep it or something. Zorn tactics as per usual. But man, at least they were able to get 1 kill from that. Knowing King Empire, they don't like to take the momentum and run with it. They like to take their time, especially in the earlier stages.
Yeah, Tsutsuji now does not have the heavy spin. He is going to be in a little bit of trouble, but they are going to force it. No, he just got the heavy spin. Immediately goes for the pin. Zorn now taking too much damage from the Vengeance, and just like that, King Empire, they find another pick. My goodness.
This is good. This is exactly what King Empire needs to do. We have to highlight, with their draft this game, King Empire will again fall off a little bit in that late game compared to the HOMEBOIS. So they cannot give them space for a potential tempo breaker or turnaround in that mid game, which means building up this early net worth lead as much as possible.
Oh. Okay, Turtle in the hands of King Empire. They are going to try and harass Udio as much as they can. King Empire having a much better game compared to game 2 here. Chibi forcing a fight with Smooth. Here comes the shortcut. Chibi, he's going to be pinned away here. Petrify comes in the combo as well. Can he drop the Praise's Wrath? No, he does not have the combos to return the fight. So that's going to be the first bleed here coming in from HOMEBOIS as King Empire looking to go for a little bit more. Vitor coming in to join onto his Subpot. Can they finish him off? That's a lot of damage. Smooth. He's going for the residue shard. The Spellbound of Subpot is going to keep him alive. One more attack. No! Not good enough. And Vitor actually dies to the turret. So HOMEBOIS will have some saving grace in the XP lane.
Man, that's so unfortunate. That's so very unfortunate. That Purify doing a lot of work for Subpot there. Managed to walk away and create just enough space, and also netted him a free battle spell from Vitor. I'm on the top side though.
Top side now, heavy spin, expender, trying to zone off Chibi. Tier 1 will fall, but Udil will have the Eternal Guard for now, so they will disengage for this fight. They have to rethink on how they want to approach this fight now.
But honestly, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from King Empire here. The difference between their gameplay in the playoffs and the regular season is like night and day. They figured something out. The coordination and aggression in the early game is much smoother overall, and it's allowed them to build up this 2.7k net worth lead now. The more this grows, the better it will be for them. They just gotta stop Nets and Subpot from becoming problems later on.
Well, I mean, it just goes to show the state of the meta right now. It's dangerous, and generally you see King Empire being a little passive with a couple of their moves, only because they just don't want to give that opportunity to the HOMEBOIS to recover from their 2.4 gold lead.
Well, speaking of recovering here, seems like HOMEBOIS, they're just waiting for a reaction coming from King Empire, and this is exactly what's happened to I would say, SRG in yesterday's games as well, where they have these chips controlling the tempo on how they should be taking fights. And HOMEBOIS, now they're just waiting for reactions. Now, Chibi rarely losing levels against another jungler. Tsutsuji now 1 level ahead. Is he going to be able to get the perfect snipe? Now, they're going to try and go for the burst. Either from behind. Oh, they find Chibi. He's going to try and pin him down. Shortcut comes in. He's not going to be able to steal the turtle now. He needs to run for his life. Eternal Guard also going to be expended. Chibi will survive, but they do secure the turtle for King Empire.
Clean positioning from King Empire Esports, scouting out, making sure that Chibi cannot get close for the potential turtle steal. But if you ask me personally, I do feel like King Empire should be stepping on the gas just a little bit more. They're playing the map, which is all fine and dandy, but they're also not pressuring HOMEBOIS to the degree that they're stopping them from scaling.
I think they're waiting for Sasa to get 3rd item here, right? Once he gets the Trinity build, I think then we can see that King Empire is going to start stepping up, knowing that they have enough damage. Because we can even see, like, with a full combination of Vitor, with Deto, with even Smooth, they weren't able to take down Chibi, who's currently 0-3, right? So the only other person who can do that is Sasa to find that big execution at the end.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from there. Hopefully it does happen soon though. Homeboys, they've managed to make sure this net worth lead doesn't expand more than 4K. And at this point, the difference is actually still pretty manageable with the heroes that they have.
I think worst yet is how exactly is KGE going to set up that checkmate angle? Because again, the timing is slowly dwindling fast, right? Even AI winning prediction is predicting 54%.
Take two. They're going to try to make an attempt in support, but this time instead of two guys, they're calling the entire forces here. So is GB, but now 3-man turn into the curse, but they're all linked up, but they need Udil for the combo. They can't seem to utilize it here. They will turn the tides because there is no more backup. They were able to clean house. Udil finally joins it, but it's a little too late. King Empire will try and run him down as Smooth tries to finish him off. Udil, he needs to run. The shot comes in. One auto attack is all he needs. And King Empire, in one fell swoop, gets 4 in the bag, only losing Vitor in the process.
Ooh, very well played there. Homeboys, I like the idea, taking the portal at the last second to catch King Empire off guard, and the Curse of Blood was good. The problem is only Zorn and Chibi made it through the portal. It took too long for Udil and Nets to come by, and that's where all of their damage is coming from. So at that point, King Empire had already regained control of the fight.
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of weird for me because if you are sending both Chibi and as well as Zorn, just sit under the sit under the turret if you possibly can, right? Defend it. Defend it, clear the next wave. Those are the priorities. Fighting, I'm not so sure about that one, right? The big damage dealers is going to be Nets and Udil, and Nets has a pretty tough time walking up.
I think they underestimated the amount of time it would take for Udil and Nets to connect with them because they were basically trying to keep King Empire there so that they could maybe pincer them. But then it's just like, oh, this Nets order is taking a lot longer to arrive than I thought.
I think even if Nets did make it there a little bit sooner, would that wait? Hold on.
Oh wait, Black Dragon comes in. Vitor drops a spell here. Smooth. He's gonna be zoning the back line. Same can be said for the rest, but Sasa is able to find a pick off the sides. He finds Nets, and they also lose Smooth, but that's gonna be a 2-for-1 trade. But King Empire, they're taking too much damage here. Udil doing a fantastic job trying to keep the back lines alive as much as he can, but they still lose too much. Lord gonna be the priority from both sides, but King Empire, they don't really want to risk it without the Black Dragon.
Smooth has been doing a lot of work this game. He was able to get Nets with that passive at the very end, but that was also his first death of the game. That's a 7-kill shutdown going towards Chibi, and that could make a difference here for the Homeboys. To a 5K net worth lead is pretty notable.
Yep, and I think the Homeboys, they're just going to drag this out for as long as possible. As much as Sutsujin is strong, he's also a level ahead of Chibi. And I think right now, Chibi needs to start catching up, and King Empire, they recognize this, right? They're waiting for an opportunity to cut off those rotations, especially if they take an aggressive path through the river. But they need to make sure that they're playing for this Lord Dance.
Well, speaking of Lord Dance, Sutsujin still holding in hostage for now. Well, the rest of the Homeboys, they're just completely ignoring this fight. And I don't think Dato actually scouted Udil, who actually rotate down towards the bottom side here. So they may be anticipating that Sasa may be walking up. So with one wrong move, they can't get the jump on him. But here he comes, Vitor, going for the fight as well. They do start things off on Sabat. He's going to be the first one to run away. Curse connects on two. They're pinned apart, and Nets was able to find the turtle, but Smooth! He secures the Lord instead, and that's going to be Homeboys trying to run the rest of the members coming down from King Empire. But Sasa getting a killing spree onto Chibi. That is huge for King Empire Esports.
It's still a plus though. Homeboys are able to trade 2 for 2. They got the Lord on top of that. I think King Empire Esports spent like too many resources on chasing down Sapat, and Homeboys were quite okay with that actually. In fact, I'm pretty sure they told him, bait the Black Dragon away from the fight, even if you have to sacrifice yourself, and that allowed Homeboys to actually trade somewhat even, despite the net worth disadvantage.
I think it's a really big win for the Homeboys actually, because now this lead is not going to be as deadly as it was before. They can take advantage of this Lord, they can actually wait out the Lord. Homeboys have a lot of options from this point onwards, right? Their sieging is actually pretty deadly when their Cursed Blood is actually up, so I think that's something that you need to take into consideration. But for now, it looks like they're just going to take outer tier turrets, maybe 1 or 2 camps if they're lucky, and call it quits.
It's so unfortunate there. Like, for a second, it could have been a good game, but now Cursed Blood comes in, connects onto taunting them as well. But Dato, he needs to survive this though. He might die. Chibi with the taunt finally gets him as well. King Empire, it looked good, but Homeboys, they've somehow found a crack. And Nets is able to find picks here. Now Smooth, he needs to run. He goes for the Petrify 2-man slot. He needs to back Dragon out here. He's going to be okay, but Nets slowly chewing away. He gets out at the last tick, but Homeboys, they are just fighting on a different level right now. Zord with those Cursed Blood timings has been just so spot on.
Man, I really thought that Carrie's passive was going to kill him there. Like, it was so very close. Thank God for shot residue.
King Empire Esports, though, this is the situation we were worried about for them. Homeboys found the tempo breaker again. They found the timing. They found the strike window. And instantly, all that net worth lead King Empire has been building the entire game has just amounted to nothing. They have to be so much more careful.
Well, as of now, they're looking for Support. Reader doesn't want to show himself yet, but they can actually make a play. Udil, meanwhile, also going to be looking for rotations here. Susujin scouts him out, but again, King Empire, they may have made a small blunder, but as of yet, they don't know where he is. Purple buff going to be a priority for Homeboys. Here he comes. Heavy speed, pins on 2. That's huge. They need to get the drop. Here comes the Eternal God as well. And the Black Dragon to completely collapse on the Reader. Also using shortcut. They know exactly where it is. Nets makes quick work on the shortcut, but they've already lost 2. And Homeboys, they have to disengage. They have to stop the bleeding. And they have indeed backed off. But King Empire, they strike back with a 2.
Oh man, Udil misplayed that, unfortunately. His screen, he just didn't see what was coming from the flank, and he accidentally dashes into the heavy spin. Both of them paying the price.
Oh no, Support, he needs to run. They've got him wrapped around as well. He's got the mobility. He's running his way. They need Susujin to come and stop him here, but Sasa, wait a minute.
He's too fast!
He's too fast, wow.
Man's just yo-yo tricking across all of them there. But that was a big positioning blunder from the whole.
Peter taking too much damage. Support is hurting a little bit too much here. Susujin going for the heavy spin, trying to save him now. Now they have made the blunder. Lord down towards half HP. They have to call it retreat here. 30 seconds on the sideline. Sasa going for a couple of pokes, but Lord will be in the hands of Homeboys here again. Sniped right under as well. Udil, he gets caught out. He might die, but he's going to be able to flicker out. But it is enough to slow them down. The Cursed Blood from Zord will pin them all down together. King Empire, they cannot run away. Support still having the ultimate here. It's up to Dato to clear off the minutes. It is going to be 5v2. Homeboys took a jab on the King Empire. They found a crack, and they are going to be potentially taking 2-0. This is so endable for Homeboys now.
16-9, no worries, Homeboy said. We still got this.
Lord pushing in mid lane. Could this be the final assault?
Oh my goodness, Peter. First of all, they got the shortcut. It's over. The crystals is down. Homeboys bounces back from yesterday's defeat. Now on match point to kick King's Empire out of the tournament.
I mean, they're pumped. You can see that the Homeboys, even the Flame Boys, making sure that they are giving support to the 5 players you see up on the stage. A disappointing defeat by KGE. They were up 16-9. They had 7 full kills ahead of the Homeboys.